In this example, we're going to show you how to move your darts to the neckline, so you can have either neckline darts or neckline gathers. We'll also show you how to add a decorative dart. A decorative dart is basically adding fullness to your pattern that is not there naturally. When you're adding a decorative dart, pay attention to the direction that the dart is running because the fitting of the pattern will always go in the direction of the dart that you slash. Additional fullness will begin and end at the outside edges of the pattern, rather than in the middle of the pattern like a functional dart. Trace around your entire sloper, then draw in the center leg of your waist dart all the way to the bust point, and the lower leg of your bust dart all the way to the bust point. Using your compass, draw in the bust point radius. Next, mark in your decorative dart design points. These look best if you space them approximately evenly around the neck. For the first two darts, we can angle them however we like as long as somehow they hit the radius. We don't want to make them both hit the bust point because that would concentrate the fullness at the bust point and give you kind of a weird look. So instead we're going to angle them so that they touch the radius but are not actually touching the bust point. Then to compensate for this so that we can still slash and spread, we're going to draw a second line that angles them into the bust point. And if you'll notice, this is sort of an arrow look. This is what it's supposed to do. Because we want the fullness to radiate evenly from the neck, we're going to actually send the fullness from this last dart out towards the arm's eye. So pick a point along the arm's eye, just a little bit in from the edge, and draw in your line. Next, cut out your sloper, and then what you're going to do is you're going to slash along these two functional dart lines, and then along these angled decorative dart lines. Again, being careful not to cut through the bust point. Lay your pattern on top of a fresh piece of paper and pivot the waist dart closed by bringing the slashed line to the other dart leg. Tape this dart closed. Repeat to close the bust dart. At this point, you can see that the two upper decorative darts have opened out. So what I'm going to do is make sure that the fullness is distributed evenly between the two darts and tape them closed. To add fullness to our last dart, we're going to slash along the line we drew just up to the point, and then take a tiny corresponding snip out of the arm's eye, just to the point. Open out this dart so it's about the same fullness as the other two, and tape it into position. To finish off your darts, go ahead and draw in your dart points on the radius, and then draw in your new dart legs and tails. If, however, you want to make your darts be gathers, then what you do is just draw in a smooth neckline across this upper line, and then mark on your furthest out dart leg where you're going to begin and end your gathers so that you'll run it from one side all the way across the center front to the other side. Cut out your finished pattern and mount it in your Pattern Academy notebook on the appropriate exercise sheet. Also, as you go along, feel free to take notes on the exercise sheet, as we've given you only very brief bullet points of how to do each pattern alteration, and you may want to write yourself additional notes as you go.